What's up everyone, this is Cold Jeremiah 1. Today is a different kind of video. We're going to be doing a festival review. As some of you may know, Dead by Dog in Ohio happened a couple days ago from the time I'm uploading this, and I attended it with two of my buddies. So I felt I should do a video showcasing what I got at the festival and just talking about the overall experience, because it's definitely worth talking about. So first of all, we were listening to Necrophobic, Nocturnal Silence. This is one of the records I picked up on that trip, not at the show, not at the warehouse. I picked it up at a random record store in Michigan. Really fucking killer album. I looked this up. This is an original pressing from 1993, I believe 1993. Goes for like $50, and I got it for $5, as you can see. So yeah. For those of you who have not been following, Dead by Dog was Rotten UK, Evil Army, Rochefort, Attic, Profanatica, Malignancy, and I feel like one other. Rotten UK, and then Working Corpses. That was the full set list, the full bill. I went mainly to go see my friends because one of them I had never met in real life before, and he's like family to me. And the other one who was in Michigan, is a really close friend. Both of them are like family to me. So I mainly went to go see them, but the bands I wanted to see was Profanatica and Malignancy. If you guys know the first thing about me, you know I'm a massive Profanatica fan. I own everything by them. I own a couple of DVDs. I own their entire discography. So I went to Profanatica, but I mainly went to go see my friends, if I'm honest. But yeah, so Profanatica was definitely the main selling point for me. So yeah, first of all, I'm gonna go over the CDs I got, then I'll splice together some footage to show you guys what I got in what I saw in this video, and then I'll go back to talking about this overall experience. So this is not all I got. I got 14 CDs, but I'm not gonna do that. Frankly, I just don't care enough to show that. So I'm just going to show you guys the bulk of what I got. So Necrophobic, like I said, this was a record I had never heard until the day of me getting this. And both my friends have said this is an amazing record. I would love it. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's kind of a sarcophagus situation in the sense that I don't really know what genre this is. It's black metal with death metal riffs. It's the other way around. It's just kind of a weird amalgamation of both genres, but both styles are executed fantastically. So yeah, Necrophobic, Nocturnal Silence, amazing fucking record with some of the catchiest riffs of all time. Ancient Gates, Sacrificial Rites, and Unholy Prophecies are my favorite songs on this record, and it's just great. So if you've not heard this record, I recommend it very heavily. It's a very fun record. It's one of those records that it's really interesting. It's a very catchy and fun record, but it's not without sack. You know, it definitely has a darkness to it, and I like that about it. All right, next. So I have had the Massacre Profanatica split for years, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna listen to Profanatica. Paul should just be walking around. I'm gonna have him sign it. So we got him to sign the Massacre Profanatica split. Incredible fucking rare CD that I got, and I got him to sign it. He took out the booklet and signed it for me, which I thought was really generous of him. Because he could have just signed the CD and then be kind of half-assed, but no, he took it out and signed it, which I thought was cool. He also signed. It's a little hard to see, but yeah, you kind of see it. He signed the Profanatica debut full length, and now, like I said, I'll splice together the photo of me with Paul and then some live footage with Paul of the show. But yeah, he signed the Profanatica split and the debut full length. And honestly, I was hoping mostly he would sign the split, because that's just such a rare piece and it's just such a piece of history. Him signing this was just an extra bonus. So yeah, fucking thank you. If you're Paul, if you're watching this, I know you're not. But if you are, thank you for being so generous. Alright, next we got Moral Decay. This was one I picked up at the Hell's Warehouse. I have not heard this record. I know it's considered a classic of, I think it's Death Grind, I want to say. Maybe Brutal Death Metal. I know it's a classic. and I've always wanted to hear it because the cover is just awesome. Um, Very dark and eerie, and obviously the main selling point is pretty obvious. But yeah, I've always wanted to hear this, so definitely will soon. I'm still cycling through all this shit I got. Like I said, I got 14 CDs, so it takes a while to get through all of it. Now, this one was a recommendation by one of my buddies, Savage Grace, Master Disguise. He is mostly a heavy metal, and I'd say death metal guy. And he recommended me this, not because necessarily he thought I would like it, but because it's a classic in his eyes, and he's supposed to share it. So I took a chance and got it. And, you know, it's not my thing really, but it's very well done. It's very fast and fun speed metal. And it's just really well performed, with really tight drumming and riffs. Very well done. Again, it's not my forte by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely very good. So that was another one I picked up. Next we got Goat Moon, Death Before Dishonor. Another one I picked up at the Hell's Warehouse. I've owned the vinyl since I want to say last June. So that's funny, a year ago. But the CD, way easier to play, and just great record. Goat Moon is one of those bands that does raw black metal correctly. Some raw black metal is so shittily recorded that it kind of loses the riffs, you know. But this is not one of those instances. I think it kind of adds to the atmosphere in a way. It makes it feel like you're in a cave with Black Goat, and it just feels primal. It's very dogmatic. It's great. So Goat Moon, Death Before Dishonor, one of the most important black metal records of the modern era. And yeah, it's amazing. I also, my buddy, the death metal guy, with me and my other friend, convinced him to get this, and he liked it a lot, so that's cool. Next we have Pissgrave, Malignant Worthlessness. Another one I got at the Hell's Warehouse. Actually, I'm not going to show it because it's just too much, but at the show I picked up Ron UK, Evil Army, and 2 Sabat records. So, sorry, Pissgrave, I've not heard the full thing, but this is some fucking nasty ass shit. It's like death grind and like carcass worship. It's fucking brutal. Just very fucking piss off and just wicked sounding shit. So yeah, Pissgrave, great fucking release so far, but I've not heard all of it, so. Alright, so far this is my favorite thing I picked up at the show. We got Titan Blood, Death. I actually picked this up at the warehouse, sorry. Titan Blood is Spanish war metal, and goddamn, this is fucking vicious. Most war metal bands, they go for shorter songs. Titan Blood says fuck that, and gives you a 15-minute outro with 7 minutes of war metal and then like 4 minutes of ambience. So it's a very fucking bold song. This, for some reason, the atmosphere and the drawings and the occult feeling reminds me a lot of Death Spell Omega. I don't really know why. But yeah, Titan Blood is just a fucking great band. This is the first record by them I picked up. And then I also picked up another one of theirs at the warehouse. No, I picked up the other one up at the show. But yeah, this one is just fucking great. The other one I picked up is great as well. So I'll eventually get more of them. Yeah, just great stuff. So, alright, so now with this in mind, I'm going to splice together some footage from the show, the photo I took with Paul, and I'll get back to the video. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. So there's some footage from the show. I don't know if you can, what you guys recognize. But we have footage from Pro Fanatica in there, Malignancy, and then Evil Army. And then the two photos are me, my buddy, with Paul Ledney, and then me with Brian Baxter. So yeah, that's some footage from the show. So let's talk about the experience overall. So we got there kind of late-ish. We got there around 5. We got there maybe like 5:10. The first band, Ron UK, started at 5, so we missed a little bit of the first band. I love Ron UK, but I was not there for them, so I was okay to miss them. But Ron UK sounded great. Next up, I think, was Rajabor, I want to say. Rajabor was fucking nasty, dude. Rajabor was like, kind of like, you know, I haven't heard their studio albums, but, you know, kind of like really heavy, grinding, incantation kind of style death metal with brutal vocals by Brian Baxter. So really good shit. After that, I believe was Evil Arm. No, there's the Lurking Corpses. Lurking Corpses we didn't watch at all. They sounded good, but the Lurking Corpses is not my thing. Very gimmicky and it's not my thing really. After that was Evil Army, I believe. The orders is fucked up. I don't know which. Evil Army was fantastic. Evil Army, the studio record is very good, but the live was just unbelievable. The vocals were just vicious, and the riffs were tight as fuck. The crowd was so energetic. I moshed for the entirety of Evil Army. So yeah, Evil Army was amazing. Just very youthful, punk, crossover thrash. Really, really good shit. And then Malignancy. Malignancy was fucking killer, brutal death metal with some incredibly amazing phrase streams. I put one in with the footage I showed you guys. So Malignancy was incredible. Pro Fanatica though, dude. Pro Fanatica, best show I've ever seen in my fucking life. I have never seen Pro Fanatica live, primarily because I never got around to it, but also because whenever they've come to my area, they've been 21 and over, and I was not 21 until kind of recently. And dude, Pro Fanatica was a religious experience, dude. I almost started crying. I was so hyper and so happy about how good they were. You know, when you see somebody doing something so passionately, it's beautiful, regardless of what it is, and that is what I saw with Pro Fanatica. You know, so just this really nasty, filthy United States black metal, but in spite of that, it was a beautiful experience because you could tell it was these masters doing what they love. It's such an aggressive volume. It was just pure passion and conviction, you know? And I can tell you, too, I was leaning over the barrier just doing the fucking fist pump, you know? I did the fucking evil hands and shit, headbanging the entire time. It was just fantastic. I was doing that the entire time. And I tried my best to scream for every ad-lib, but I didn't. I screamed, Rape the Virgin Mary, I Vomit on God's Child. Yeah, I did that a couple times, and it was just fucking amazing. So Pro Fanatica was literally a religious experience, dude. Like I said, I almost started crying. It was so amazing. They sounded tight as fuck. The bass was incredible. The drumming by Paul, as always, was top tier. His drumming has always been superior to every fucking band. If you listen to Havahead, dude, his drumming on that is just unbelievable. His drumming on Pro Fanatica is great too, but Havahead, for some reason, he took it up a notch. He had way more drum fills. But Pro Fanatica as well, he's always been incredible. So, yeah, Pro Fanatica, greatest black metal band of all fucking time. I've always loved them, always will, and seeing them live solidified just how fucking unbelievable they are. So, Pro Fanatica, I literally screamed thank you when the show was over because it was just so unbelievable. And then the headliner was Attic. That was actually a band I didn't watch. One of my buddies did, but me and my other buddy didn't. We stood outside while they performed. They sounded good. I mean, you know, classic heavy metal inspired by Merciful Fate, King Diamond. Not my thing, but it definitely has its place, and it was really good. you know, it was like an hour long set. I only watched like 5 minutes of it, but it sounded as good for what it was. So yeah, that is my overall review of Dead by Dog. Best concert experience of my life by quite a bit. And that's not because of the bands. I mean, Pro Fanatica was a lifetime changing experience. But I got to hang out with all my homies, man. I got to see one of my buddies, two of my closest friends, one of them who I'd never met in real life before, which is just incredible. Two of my closest friends, I got to meet some people from online. Robert Green, I think you're probably watching this, Robert. Thank you for being so cool and just paying for some of my shit, which was awesome. So it was cool to meet Robert Green. Saw Dawg again, and I just saw various people who I recognized online. I also met some people in the crowd and just started talking to them. Like there was a guy with a Leviathan tattoo, and we started talking about him going to Hell's Head Bash and just talking about random shit. So yeah. If you guys were at Hell's at Dead by Dog, I'm betting some of you were. Please let me know what you thought of the show. If you saw me, if we talked, let me know. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't, check out bands I mentioned, especially Evil Army, Malignancy, Pro Fanatica, and Roger War. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.